All right, welcome to the show, Mastermind family. I am your host, JoJo, and we have a very special guest today. And before we get the show started, we got to do the sound off call for the day. Mastermind family in the building. And so today, we're just trying to provide some motivation to upcoming artists, new artists, and just allow them to be inspired by artists who are doing their thing and just killing it. We have Marquise, one of the creators of Freedom Entertainment. Marquise, thank you for coming on the show. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, man. Excited to be here.
No worries, no worries. So, just Marquise, share us your story. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and yeah.
Well, I'm 20. I started making comics when I was about 17. It was rough back then. I've been through about three comics. I've worked on 3 different stories. I'm working on my 4th comic right now. And the first 3 were really tough. They were just because I didn't really know how to write a story, and I was just starting out, so I didn't know all the techniques. But the further you go, the more you do, the better you're gonna get. It's not to say that I was bad. I wasn't as skilled as I needed to be yet. So
Okay.
that's kind of how it started out.
Okay. Awesome. So, and tell us, tell the fans like what were the 4 comics that you wrote?
My first comic was called Sweet Gangsters, and it was a story about mobsters taking candies and turning them into like drugs, and that was like their trafficking candy. The second one was about it was called Born by Combat. It has the same title as my story I'm working on right now.
Okay.
And Freedom Manga, and it was the same basic premise. It was just my skills were less back then, so I had to stop it. And then my third one was called Colony, and it was about people living a lifestyle of ants because they were driven underground by the nuclear war.
Okay. Wow, that's really awesome. So I guess not to like kind of deviate from the question, but like it's like, how did you come up with that type of inspiration to come up with those things? I know it was just in the beginning, but like, where did the inspiration come from?
Back then I used to take a lot of inspiration from my dreams, and I had some really crazy dreams for Sweet Gangsters. Like, the whole concept of the drugs and the candy didn't come from my dreams, but everything else in that story did. But the concept of the drugs and the candy was just, I was thinking about how people eat too much candy and they get hyperactive. And I was thinking, what if people put drugs in candy and started trafficking it? And then I just decided I want to make a story out of that.
Man, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I think that's like for me personally. I know I did the same thing. Was that my first manga came from a dream, and so did the second one. So I think that's pretty cool. So the next question is, what is your favorite anime and manga?
My favorite anime is probably Seven Deadly Sins, but my favorite manga is One Piece hands down.
Ah, okay. Well, why those 2?
One Piece is just, as a kid, I wasn't really driven. I didn't really feel like I had purpose. And then I started reading One Piece, and I was looking at all these characters. They had such struggles when they were young, but they still kept going and kept striving. And it's just, I love that journey, and I just couldn't help myself but keep reading it, and I love it.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Seven Deadly Sins is it's amazing storytelling. So
Awesome.
that's about it.
Awesome. Okay. So did I know you said you created your mangas based off of your dreams. So did you have any type of influence from any anime or manga influenced on what you created for your manga, or no influence?
For the first 3, no, but this one is really heavy on the One Piece and Seven Deadly Sins.
Okay.
One Piece art style and the comedy of Seven Deadly Sins. But I like to feel like the stories just really deviate a lot, which is what I was trying to go for most of the time.
Okay. Okay. So we can expect a very long series from you then.
Um, I want to say yes, but not in the way you think.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited to see how your series turns out. Um, and next question is, what kept you motivated to finish? I think a lot of people start but never finish. So, what kept you going to finish?
At first, it was just I wanted to really see what people thought, and I really wanted to know the whole concept of freedom is people can wake up any day of the week and they can just read a really great story and just have a good time without any of this extra stuff. And that's really what I was trying to go for. Is I want people to have fun. I really want people to keep having fun with my story. But now it's like I really want to see these characters live out their life through this story, so I really want to finish it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I've seen a couple of different artists, and they'll start a really really good story, but like
Yeah.
never finish. And I'm like, are we gonna finish it?
Yeah,
To
that's
get
a killer.
Yeah, like to give you like a really good example is like, and this is like an old series. It's like Berserk. I'm like, are you guys ever gonna
Yeah.
finish?
Yeah, but this gets it's long. What did they say it was? Like what, 20 years now?
Yeah, I'm like, are you gonna finish?
Yeah.
So,
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
right. Okay, so let me ask you the next question, dude. So what can we expect? What's coming up in the future pipeline for your works and your future team and stuff like that? Tell us what's going on and what's coming up to soon that we can expect.
Um, we're working on an animation right now. It's called Big Brother. That's all I can really tell you about it because we want to surprise people. But we are working on the animation. We're working on a couple board games, and eventually those will get adapted into video games. But we're going to come out with a couple board games. I'm personally trying to start a box set for all our books when we publish them.
Mm-hmm.
So you could probably look for that in September, June or September.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it right now. We got a few artists lined up right now, like Lion's Gift, which is a really great story. I love that. And we have a few other artists lined up. I don't want to spoil too much because all that's coming out right next month.
Right.
I want people to be hyped up. But we've got some new stories coming out here soon.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And okay, so what is something you wished you had someone tell you before you started on this path?
Finish. You could sit there all day trying to make the most beautiful panel, but if you spend a year making 4 pages and nobody ever sees it, it doesn't really mean anything. Mm-hmm. Get it done at least 70% as good as it would be, because people aren't as mean as you think. As long as it's good, they'll still enjoy the story if you make a good story. It doesn't have to be the most perfect picture in the world. Just finish.
Just finish. Okay. Okay, so what are some words of wisdom you would like to impart, for future artists?
If you have any free time, practice. Practice will make perfect.
Practice will
if you're not doing anything, just pull out a piece of paper and pencil. It'll help you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It can't hurt you to draw a little bit.
That's true. That's true, right? Because like every single day, if you're just picking up the pencil and practicing your craft, it's better than not doing anything at all. And you're like, okay, I'll pick up the pencil one day, and then you pick up, 2 weeks later or 3 days later. You're very inconsistent, and it won't, you just won't see the progression that you would want to see if you just did it every single day, right?
Yeah. And as an artist, you have the best craft in the world because as long as you're doing it, you're gonna get better. Like other crafts, you might not get better. You might stay the same. But with art, you're gonna get better as long as you're still doing it.
Because there's like many times where artists may start at like, for example, and this is like 2001, and then they kept like practicing their craft like every single day, and then now
Yeah.
2018, it's like way big of a difference, than how they started.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Marquise, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me and our family about your perspective and your journey and providing us motivation for us to continue to go and finish, like you said, and, just do the work and create the manga / comics and put it out there, put yourself out there. So we really do appreciate your time, and, hopefully we can have you back on the show, another time, and to let us know about what's going on, with your other projects. So
yeah, hope to be back.
Well, cool, man.
Marquise, thanks for having me once again, though.
Nope.
Really, really great show.
Hey, man,
I had a lot of fun talking to you.
No problem, man. And like I said, man, we do appreciate what you're taking the time to be on the show, man. So